so don't feel pressed if you don't have any. We're going to do 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest for each exercise. I'm suggesting that you do it for 5 rounds. If you have less time, just do 4 rounds or 3 rounds according to what amount of time you have. We're going to do round 1 with you, and then the rest will be up to you. So you can either make sure you have a timer and set it for 45-15 for the intervals, or just rewind and redo the same thing over and over again with us as many times as you can, 5 times being optimal. Okay? Make sure you have water on hand, towel, and anything else you need. Probably a mat would be handy just because we'll be on the ground a little bit and protect your back and or your knees. Okay? So here are the exercises. First thing, skier swing. So not a kettlebell swing, it's with dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, you can actually just imitate the motion of the skier swing and or do a squat jump. So completely up to you. What it'll kind of end up being is almost exactly like a kettlebell swing if you're familiar with it, except the weight is split onto the sides of the body. So you can do a more like active deadlift if you want it in place if you don't have weights. So feet about hip distance apart, so bend in the knees, and you could, your arms come back, your body comes back nice and flat, core nice and tight, and then hip thrust forward, arms come forward over shoulder height if you had no weights, right? This would be the exact motion that you would be doing with your weights if you had them. Other option to do squat jump or just a squat with a heel lift or just squats in general. So coming down squat, you can do jumps, heel lift, or just air squats with the weights. So choosing something that's a little bit challenging for you. Again, feet underneath the hips, so I bend in the knees. I like to do a little push off from my knees, and when you want to slow them, you slow how far back the body kicks back, and they'll slow to your sides. So I kind of like to have them in front, coming back, and I do a little push with my legs. So pushing with my thighs, okay? Get them to go, and then it's all in the legs. Shoulder height, exactly like a regular swing, except, and then just slow my hip movement, and they slow down, except they're on the outside of the body, okay? So think about it like that. Then we'll do a thruster. So weights just on the shoulders, elbows in front, lifted, feet hip distance apart. You're going to come down into a nice squat. On this one, you got 45 seconds. Don't feel like you have to rush. You want to think about power and driving from the lower body to get the weights up. So not the arms doing the lift, but the lower body doing the lift. Let's come down into your squat, and the big squeeze and push, and the force of the squat brings the weights up overhead. You can always have just a single weight in front of the chest, come under your squat, and then squeeze and press up overhead. If you have no weights, again, you can just imitate. Hands can be in front, maybe you want them by your sides, in front of your chest, whatever you like. Coming down, and then big squeeze and push, arms come back. Just imitate it. Good mornings. Again, you don't have to have weight. I'll show you the variation first with no weight. Feet can be underneath the hips, probably a little bit narrower. Fingertips can come beside the ears, and we're going to do what is essentially a deadlift, but not exactly. So you're going to be nice and long with your legs. You're going to hinge your hips back, straight legs, and I want to really drive my hips back as far as I can, core nice and tight, right? And think a lot of core, and then you're going to squeeze to the hamstrings, glutes, bring it all the way back up to the top, okay? When you do it, you will know if you've gone far enough because the hamstrings are going to get really tight and it won't let you go any further. When you reach that point, that's when you're going to push into the ground and squeeze all the way up to the back of the leg and into the glutes to get yourself up. Remember, you want your core nice and tight, especially because the body is over nothing. And then if you have a weight and we're going to load it, you want it really tight, okay? Make sure that it works. So if you have a weight, you're going to hop it over onto your shoulders, hold on to that right up there, get it nestled, and then you're going to do the same thing, right? Hinging, and then big squeeze, press to the ground, all the way up to neutral. From there, sumo squat. So if you have a nice heavy weight, you can use that, or a kettlebell. You're going to be squat position, turn the toes out, take a slightly-ish generous step so that you're a little bit wider. You're going to do that squat, hips are going to come back, chest is going to be up. Try to draw the shoulders down the back. You're going to come down, knees are sending towards toes. This is No weight, no problem. Let's do the sumo squat without the weight. We'll come down to the ground. We're going to do a push-up rotation. So you may want a mat for your knees if you're going to do the push-up for your knees. And what it's going to look like, from the knees, shoulders are over top of the wrists. Have your knees together. You're going to do your push-up, and then you are going to pull the body open. So you've got shoulder and hip coming together. You're going to either come with knees together, or you can split your top leg out, and then you're going to try and pull everything together, hip and shoulder together. If you're on your toes, exactly the same thing. And you're going to pull yourself open. Right here, side plank, lifted, split legs. Then you're trying to rotate shoulder and hips together to bring yourself back. Okay? From there, we'll do skull crushers. So laying down on your back. Weights if you have them. And you're going to have long arms, nice straight arms. Core is nice and tight. You want to bend just at the elbow. The arms don't come with, just bending at the elbow. Weights come beside the head, and then a big press all the way out to nice long arms. If you only have one weight, no problem. It's going to come the handle to about the nose, the bridge of the nose, and you're going to press it away. Okay? If you don't have any weights, you can do tricep push-ups. So for the tricep push-ups, make sure that the elbows are right connected to the side of the body, in really close. You could do like the diamond pattern if you want to really get in there. And I find to make sure that you're really getting into the triceps, to bring yourself a little bit further forward than you normally would, or that you might experience with your regular push-ups. So hands are narrow, either the knees are from toes, and just lean yourself a little bit farther forward, and then bring that chest down in a big push all the way up, relying a lot more on the triceps to push. Okay? Then we're going to do seated leg lifts. You're just going to come to a seat. Legs are going to be long. You are going to flex them. Okay? You're going to be nice and tall, and then slightly lean forward. You don't want to lean back. You want to be tall and forward. Fingertips can come by the knees, thighs, wherever is comfortable for you, and wherever encourages you not to do this. Okay? And then you're just going to flex, squeeze, and lift as high as you can through those legs. Okay? So core, quads, and do that nice little lift. If you're really good at it, you can do double legs. You can do pike if you want to, and split the legs and have your fingertips in the center. That's completely up to you. Okay? And V-ups, so options. You can do single leg V-ups, or you can have your hands just behind your hips, not underneath them, but just behind them to help support you, and do single leg that way or double leg. So single leg with no support, long arms, you need to bring yourself up, trying to meet that leg. With support, it would be just behind the hips, holding on. You can do single leg, you can do double leg. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. And that'll be the last one that we'll do. And then we'll start at the top and repeat it again 4 times before taking. Okay. So I'll grab my timer. Make sure you guys grab the weights if you have them. No weights, no problem. Now remember, take your time. 45 seconds is actually a lot of time when it comes to lifting. All right. So skier swing to start. 15 seconds is also a short transition time, so please be aware. We gotta be quick, changing out. Sure. So skier swings, choosing what you would like. Remember to push off from the thighs. Ready, set, and go. So just like that kettlebell swing, we're sending our hips back, our legs fairly long, like a slight knee bend. Our core is nice and tight. We're coming just to shoulder height, and it is all in those legs, in the glutes, hamstrings. Gonna draw the shoulders down the back. We got about 10 seconds. Always coming to neutral, not leaning You got it. Big push. Remember, you can do no weight and imitate the motion. Elbows forward. Time. Good mornings. With no weight, fingertips will be here. With weight, on the shoulders. Narrower feet. Ready? Here we go. Straight legs. Big squeeze up. Use that exhale. You want to push those hips way back, as far back as you can. Those hamstrings will tell you when you get to your end range. Lots of core here. Nice and tight. Push to the ground. And time. Okay, sumo squat. So weight if you have it and or want it. Wider legs. Toes are more turned out. Ready? Here we go. Chest is up. Butt's coming back and down. And do a nice full squeeze. Beautiful. Remember, you want those knees opening up, tracking the toes. Big squeeze. That chest is up. Making sure you exhale as you lift. And time. Push up with the rotation. Knees or toes. Alternate your sides. Try to move. Hip and shoulder together. There we go. Elbows on a 45 in that push-up. And take your time. Squeezing that whole body. Using